Is Runic Robinson here. So I'm just here to talk about Dead Rail's latest update, and I'm gonna go over some of the stuff that's also happening in the video. So the latest update of Dead Rails hasn't truly been the best, as you can see from what I'm playing right now. So you see that I have $0, and the reason I have $0 is because all the structures I've gone into, they have no valuables. There's not a single gold plate, iron plate, or even just something of little value, like a teapot or a vase. There's nothing. Like, as you can see on video, all there is firework things, ballistics, and ballistic ammo, and there's a saddle there. And the biggest problem also is that there's no fuel. There is literally no fuel in the game in any of these buildings. I've gone into 5 buildings during this entire gameplay, and each building has not had a single ounce of fuel in it. I've literally had to rely on zombies for my fuel. So that's quite irritating. Another thing that's quite irritating right now is, before I recorded this video, I did an earlier playthrough, just to see how the game was working. And while I was doing that playthrough, what ended up happening was I killed 2 outlaws, and, I was just like, oh, they're outlaws. I can sell them to make some money, like $35. Nope. The outlaws, when I tried to sell them, it just said over top of them that they're fuel. It never said that they were anything but fuel. So that really irritated me, because, they're not just supposed to be fuel. They're supposed to be something that I can purchase, and I can... Well, they're supposed to be something I can turn in to get a bounty done, and also something that I can get money from. And it really irritated me, and I got killed on that playthrough eventually after the fact, because another issue is the turrets. The turrets in the game are always supposed to come with ammunition so that they can protect you inside of the base, but there was no ammunition when I was playing. The ammunition that I had when I was playing was nothing, basically. And, well, there was no ammunition. Like, they could not fire their turrets. So I was basically stuck with 2 riflemen who could barely aim their guns at any of the monsters that were coming after me. And I was left to also fend them off with the tomahawk you can see in my inventory. Another problem that you'll see coming up here in a little bit is the fact that the pickaxe also doesn't work. I tried using the pickaxe on some ores earlier on, and I couldn't mine them. I couldn't mine the gold, I couldn't mine the iron, I just couldn't mine anything. Like, I would walk up to rocks with the pickaxe out, and you'll see later on in this video, either towards the end or somewhere in here, I literally could not use the pickaxe. I could not swing it. I could not even use it as a weapon. That's why I have a tomahawk. Because I couldn't use the pickaxe for anything. You'll also notice right there, I got shot. The sheet metal was supposed to protect me, and you also saw I ran over those bandits, and they didn't die. So that's another glitch in the latest update. Now, the zombies in the latest update, I don't have a big problem with. Like, the zombies, they're pretty okay. I don't have a big problem with them. I like that they're a little bit smarter and they're more harder, but the fast ones have a very wide hitbox. Like, they can hit you from, like, a few blocks away, much rather than what they could originally do. Now, as you can see right here, the only reason that I got money in this playthrough was because of this. This is the President's Train. And luckily, when I went around the President's Train, I actually saw that there were things I could use for fuel, and there were actual things I could sell. So I could make a little bit of money to finally get ammo back in my revolver, because the revolver had no ammo in it. So I was basically forced to use the tomahawk full time. And it was very annoying because I needed all of that. And I wasn't immediately going to the doctor's office in this because I really didn't need to at the moment. You saw I had 4 bandages in my inventory, so why would I need to go to the doctor's office at that very moment? And it really made me irritated that this was the only way I was able to get anything. Like, all this loot was because of that. It was all because of that train. So I was very happy with that. And another big problem I faced was also the fact that later on, after this video ended, the server shut down on me. So this video is a very long video. It was about 12 minutes when I recorded it. But what happened was my server said the server was shut down, which meant either an admin came into the game and shut it down, or the server, I had bad connection and the server just shut down. Either way, I don't know why, and I was very irritated by all of it. Like, every single moment that I was in that game, it was like I was being tortured. Literally, the game shut down as well right after I had gotten to a good spot. I had just raided Nikola Tesla's lab, and I had finally made a lot of money, and I finally purchased a rifle, only for the game to shut down last second. And I was just astonished. I looked at the screen for a while, and I was just like, are you serious? No, you can't be serious. You still have to work. Nope. The server was completely gone. And you can see here in this shot, I'm making a desperate run to the president's train, because I wanted to get the last of those valuables so that I could finally have some money in my pocket to use. And I stayed in there because last time I also got struck by lightning while riding a horse. Well, it was more a unicorn than a horse, but still. And it was just very annoying. It was all very annoying, and I hated it so much because of that. And I have a headlamp on because I actually had the miners class on, which I probably wouldn't have used the miners class if I didn't have it. But I had it, and I wanted to use it to see if that would make the playthrough easier. But like I already mentioned, the playthrough was already not easy because of the simple fact that there was no way of me using my pickaxe to actually move forward. So, yeah, as you can see inside that house, there was, well, inside that building, the doctor's office, there were no burnables. Like, there was nothing I could use to get more fuel in my train. Everything in there was just nothing. Like, that campfire, I couldn't use that unless I wanted a source of light, which is kind of pointless when I have a headlamp. And that was what made me very angry. And like I said, you'll see here in a minute why I didn't like the pickaxe. And oh yeah, the sheriff's office. So the sheriff's offices in this game, they usually come with armor, some guns sometimes, and some ammo for guns. But they really just downplayed it a lot, because there was nothing in there worth taking to me. Like, you can see I'm running back to the train because I didn't want anything from there. There was no ammunition I could use. There was no fuel things that I could take. There was nothing I could burn to make my train actually go somewhere. You also see that I'm using... This is an event train that I got. I'm using this train because the original train that I had, the iron train that comes with the turrets, I chose not to use that train because the turrets would not work, and it's very slow when you use it. So, yeah, this update altogether, it could have been a great update. I really think he put a lot of good effort into this update. Like, there was a lot of effort put into making it good. Especially with the improvement of many of the characters. There is the coal station where all the coal's from. And in that coal station, sorry, I had to take a pause, but in that coal station, there was actually coal. Like, there is actually coal in there that you can use to refuel your train. And I did go over there and get the coal after I sold a few things to buy myself some ammo again. And yeah, here's me showing you why the pickaxe doesn't work. Like, I walk out there, and I see this block of iron. So I take out my pickaxe. You see me take it out a few times. I run all the way to this iron ore block to show you, like, hey, I'm gonna try and mine this. I'm literally up against it. It's not breaking. I'm not getting any ores from it. So I just showed that on video. That wasn't me just doing that in game all willy-nilly like it's gonna work. I wanted to show that on video, like, this does not work. And I understand, like, they might have rushed the deadline. Rico Miller, the creator, well, the owner of the group, and the creator of Dead Rails, he was probably under a lot of pressure to get the deadline out the door, and he didn't test many of the things that he was updating. I'm just making this video as a way to show what's wrong with the game right now and what he might be able to improve. Like, he might be able to improve all of this through all the means that he can do. And like I said, I'm just doing this so that he could look at this and he could know what's wrong with the game. Because there is a lot wrong with the game. Like, the dynamite that I had on that train, none of it blew up. Like, I literally touched a torch to the dynamite earlier in the gameplay. Like, it's not on video, but I did it earlier, it would not explode. Like, the entire game, it did not explode. The dynamite that I would later get did not explode. The dynamite... Yeah, you hear this weird music. I didn't know where it was coming from. Yeah, when I pushed the torch up to the dynamite, it just wouldn't explode. It was so weird to me. Because dynamite, it's supposed to explode. And this dynamite, it's not exploding. And it made me super angry because I was trying to get into a bank vault earlier and it wasn't working. That's when I got very mad because I wanted it to work so badly. And it just wasn't. But yeah, those are the problems that, oh yeah, this alligator, this was the guy who got me further. But anyway, that has been my talk. Thank you for watching. I hope to finally upload the final videos of Duality soon. I've just been kind of focusing on a lot of other games right now that I haven't had the chance to record. But anyways, that has been my piece. Thank you for listening, and I will hopefully get to upload another video soon. So without further ado, this has been Runic Robinson, wishing you all a very good night and a very good weekend. Bye!